where did Happy Harvick, this legendary nickname, what day, when do you remember Happy Harvick? Who named you that? And what was
Oh,
that all about?
though that all started. Look, we were all hired I guess, the end of 1999. It was myself and Todd Barrier. Um, I guess Mike Dillon was the driver of the 21 car in those days. Lance, what was Lance's last name? Dieters. Anyway, I can't. The whole
Lance.
team, the whole team was hired, and we were just a bunch of young kids.
Yeah.
But we had nicknames for everything, and
Yeah.
so for me, every time I came in the shop, I was happy. So I'd be
Yes.
smiling and bouncing around, and
Who wouldn't be?
they called me happy. So that's if you see my pit sign today, that smiley face, that's where it
Yes.
started. And I've kept that smiley face from the year 2000 all the way until today. That's been the happy smiley face. But it all started in the bush shop at RCR. They called me happy because every time I walked in the shop, I was happy.
And that makes me happy because that makes me happy.
You
It,
thought it was some sarcastic BS around
I
me
I
being
thought
angry
you
at
were
the race.
mad one day, and
Yeah,
they did it's like the big guy they call Tiny.
yeah.
I thought you were going. And here's why. And this is another conversation. Whenever you won from day one, from my perspective, when I would see you win, you were always consistent in my book. Now, when you went back to Delana in the motorhome, and then when the kids came along, tell me, were you always in Victor Lane? You were always seemed the same. It never seems like you celebrated more or less. So, were you always like that, or were there wins that you were more excited about?
I think for me, um, I think the one thing that a lot of people don't realize is
You were consistent in your happiness, is what I'm saying.
I was consistent, but I never wanted you to know who I was.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't want you to know how happy we are. I don't want you to know how confident we are. I don't
Right.
want you to know how arrogant we are. But there was never a time that we went to the racetrack that we didn't think we were going to whip your ass. Like there was never a time that we didn't think it, but you never wanted to show it, right? Like you
Right.
always wanted to have that confidence, but you never wanted it to be arrogant and cocky because the karma train might just run you over
Mm.
right in the middle of the intersection. And I just really from the very beginning, and I think that's something that carried over probably from back in the day with my dad.
Mm.
Like you just always just wanted to just absolutely annihilate anybody anytime if you had that opportunity. But when you were the one getting annihilated, you never wanted them to know that it was bothering you.
Yeah, you didn't get me. I still win.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the
You're
greatest, not
that's
you.
right. Yeah, and so I think for me, and that's what's been fun about this year. I don't have to worry about next year. Is
I
now you
love
can
it.
tell all these stories because I mean a lot of it is a show, Kenny.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's really just it's a mental game of all these guys are friends, and even if we were friends, like I'm never gonna open that door all the way to actually let you know how all this functions because I want to help you, but I don't want to help you enough to where you can beat me because what we have is a good system and good people and good things. But in order for the food to keep coming on the table and everything needing to keep showing up, I need to keep beating you. So I've always been very cautious about exactly how far you open that door to your competitors.
I like what you said. So to capsulate that, my brother Rusty says, "Boy, you come up with these fancy words every once in a while." But capsulate means you were happy, you were consistent because you didn't want the competitors to really know you, so they could use it against you.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
I mean, because at some point, you know how this deal works. At
Yeah.
some point, somebody's gonna
If I know
weave their
you too
way in
good,
there, and they're gonna make a story out of this, and then this guy's gonna get to that guy. Because if you tell everybody that you have the greatest tire guy in the world, at some point, every guy in the garage is gonna hire the greatest tire guy in the world. Want to
or
hire
try to
the
run over him.
yeah. I mean, so if you've got something that's good, you want to be quiet about it as long as you can because you don't want to lose it. And you want to make sure that you show appreciation as much as you can in ways that won't let people into why it's actually going good, or how excited you are. So I've always been pretty guarded in that aspect.